everybody, or should I say good morning to you watching live. If you're not watching live, well, hello everybody. Welcome to our next GCU Live graduation celebration. I am your host, Caleb Dewar. In fact, I can actually speak to this one as I am a 2020 graduation, and we were able to walk just 1 week ago, and it was awesome. This live, we're going to see things such as our Antelope Reception Center, where the things start, where the admissions process starts. We're also going to have on a good friend of mine who's a 2021 grad and talk about their amazing experience at GCU, because what we want for you watching this, it is late April. In fact, you might be watching this when it's May, and it's decision time. And we really want to show you from people who've experienced GCU what is here to discover. From the community, from the campus, from the Christian culture, what really makes GCU the place that you should sign off on that dotted line and make yourself a Lope. We're going to see our Antelope Reception Center, like I said. We're going to see our arena. We're going to see our Lopes Way. Everything where the community starts. But first, I want to show you a video of a Lope Show segment that I did last week with a few of my buddies. And it's from 2020 grads, and it's talking about the one thing that really made their GCU experience just the best. So check it out. It's me and my roommates. Watch it. It's decision time, so I decided to bring in some reinforcements. Whoa! I'm bringing in the old roommates! Play the graphic! Hello everybody, and welcome to the GCU Lope Show. I'm your host, Caleb Dewar, and welcome to our It's Not Too Late episode. We're 2020 graduates who are finally getting our graduation day after a year. We're so excited. Go Lopes, that we thought it'd be the perfect time to come together and talk about how GCU changed our lives. So roomies, introduce yourselves.
All right, my name is Yeager Price. I'm from Nebraska, and I majored in business management.
Hi, I'm Robbie Yamaguchi. I'm from San Diego, California, and I majored in biology with an emphasis in pre-med.
Hi, I'm Ryan. I'm from Los Angeles, California, and I majored in healthcare administration.
So we're graduating. We thought it'd be the perfect time to talk about how GCU changed our lives, because right now, you're probably thinking, is GCU the place for me? And the four of us, it absolutely was. And you probably have the best reason why it changed your life. Why?
Well, so I actually met my fiance here at GCU.
Yeah,
so,
you did!
Yes! I convinced somebody to do it, man. I'm so excited. But yeah, I got to meet the person that, I'm excited to spend the rest of my life with, which, is such a huge blessing. And, GCU being such an awesome community, it gave me the place to do that. So
I did. And speaking of that community, you thrived here as well.
Yeah, I would say community was a big part of how GCU really changed my life here. I think getting tied into such great leadership opportunities really allowed me to excel in academics and really finding a great job that I was going to like after graduation. So definitely community was a big part of my time here.
Oh yeah. And Robbie?
And then going along with that, with community, there was just a lot of intentional friendships and intentional decisions to go about and just make friends, even in daily life, of like how the small things make a huge impact, and how GCU was a small thing in my life, but it's made a huge impact on my life. So.
Oh yeah. And speaking of that impact, the four of us, and especially these three gentlemen right here, really made an impact on the things you might not think about that plays a role in your college experience. So we're going to go on 3 mini field trips here and show you a little underground things that make GCU the place to be. The field trip.
My name is Maddie. I actually just finished up my freshman here at GCU. I am studying sociology with an emphasis in social work, and I am double minoring in communications and counseling. I am standing in front of our Antelope Reception Center, otherwise known as the ARC, or the Circle Building, as the GCU students call it. This is kind of where your whole journey begins. You can come here with your family. We can schedule a tour for you. You can come check out our beautiful campus here. You can also meet with an admissions counselor here and kind of talk to them about your future career here at GCU. And we're going to be able to pair you up with them, and they can kind of talk to you about what majors you're interested in and all the classes you can take here. You're also going to be able to get a tour, like I mentioned earlier, about our beautiful campus. We'll match you up with a tour guide here, and then if you do come to GCU, you'll already kind of know a friendly face when you get here. Everybody's super nice here at the ARC. I love working here. I get to come to this beautiful building every single day and get to just talk to all the other people here on campus. But you can also schedule a Discover trip, which are super cool. GCU flies you out here for free, and they cover all of your meals here. You get to see what kind of student life is like as a high schooler and see if you can see yourself here at GCU. I went on a Discover trip and I absolutely loved it. Actually met a few people that I am friends with here, and we just bonded so much over our Discover trip, and it was really cool knowing people that came to GCU before I even got here. So I definitely recommend going on a Discover trip and definitely checking out our beautiful Antelope Reception Center before you actually become a student here at GCU. The last thing I'll kind of talk about is you'll be able to come here to also meet with your student services counselor as a current student here at GCU. You'll be able to talk to them about all of the current classes you're taking, different types of electives you can take as well, and they're just going to be able to guide you through your entire academic career here as a student. So that is kind of our whole beautiful arc here, and I will pass it over to the next segment.
Well, thank you, Maddie. The Antelope Reception Center. Woo. Look at that. Oh, I love you. I am joined by a great friend of mine, Cameron Miller. Miss, introduce yourself to the lovely GCU Live audience.
Cool. Hi guys, my name's Cameron. I just graduated from GCU. I was studying marketing and advertising, and I was also on the Canyon Activities Board with Caleb.
Yeah, you were. Canyon Activities Board, which is our events organization, which we'll talk about in our next segment. But let's just jump into it. Actually, a cool thing about Cameron is, so the ARC that we just saw Maddie talk about, you actually worked there.
I did, yeah. I worked there for about a year and a half, I think. And it was honestly so fun. Definitely the best job on campus.
Well, as an intramural ref, I might have to disagree, but that's fine. There's nothing like getting yelled at by soccer players in intramural sports. Well, okay, let's just jump into it. Antelope Reception Center, they talked about the tours, they talked about the visits, and one reason why I wanted to bring on somebody like you was you've grown so much in these 4 years that you were. I mean, I personally was blessed to see that growth, and just, yeah, you're going to get all shy on me now. But think back to, like, baby Cameron, like senior year coming in, which a lot of these students and parents that are watching this are either parents of seniors or current seniors that are kind of in that phase. What was your first initial experience of GCU?
I definitely was scared. I came from like a small private Christian high school all the way to GCU, which was, I'm from Oregon, so it was like a far ways away for me, but I was definitely scared. I didn't go on an actual ARC tour. I went on a Discover trip, which was so much fun. And that was just, it was a different experience, but being on the other side of that, giving the tours, was also really cool to just interact with the whole family instead of just interacting with a group of students. So
it's fascinating because I meet with so many students that come on this that we're the only school they visited. And I think that gives us such a leg up on students, because I would always tell students, come visit campus.
Yeah.
Like, I'm kind of like, no, don't go visit those other schools, stay here. Because it's just such a different feel. And you mentioned Discover. So before I ask Cameron this question, I just want to make a little PSA. Discover trips are available year-round. Talk to your UAC, your admissions counselor. If you don't have a UAC, it's probably because you haven't applied yet. Go to gcu.apply. Just look up GCU Apply. They'll know what I'm talking about on Google, and apply, and you'll get a UAC who's going to take care of you. And they basically serve as your counselor through this admissions process. And if you haven't been to campus yet, get to campus. Get lovely tours from Cameron and other ARC workers. Have your Discover host meet with me on campus, and they're free. Free Chick-fil-A, free flights, free sleep. I mean, free Chick-fil-A is all I need to do. But your Discover trip,
Yeah.
you know, but I have to kind of spoil it for people. Before we went live, Cameron was saying, ask me about Discover, I'm ready. Tell me about your Discover trip.
Discover was awesome. This was the first school I visited, and it was the only one I applied to, and I never applied anywhere else because I just was like, I'm going here. But Discover was cool because they just like flew me over from Oregon with like 7 other people that I didn't know, and we came here and we were in a group of like 100 students, and we just got to basically go to different like informational sessions, but for the most part we were just hanging out with students on campus. We got to go to a volleyball game. We went to Chick-fil-A at like midnight when they closed, and then went to the Grove, and we're just sitting out in the grass all night. So we really got the college experience kind of in like one night, and it was so cool because that's always their goal too. So
and that's what the goal of it, like you said, that is the goal. It's to give you a taste of college experience, because honestly, for everybody watching and parents of everybody watching, GCU wants you to experience so many more things at here than just a marketing degree or a communications degree like I was, or a business degree or a nursing degree, engineering, whatever your degree is. We want you to come here and get a great degree, but also get more than that. And we're kind of going to bleed into our next segment, so don't go too much into it. But when you think of what really made your experience, what were the main factors that played a role in that?
I think, I don't want to sound like a broken record, but the community is always an important factor with that, because that's kind of what we are all about here.
Seriously.
And I know we're going to talk about that a little bit later, but I really feel like the people like the tour guides or people that are on student leadership, we get to kind of cultivate the community, but it's really the people that are the students that make the community, and we just kind of get to embellish it. So it's really fun to be on both ends.
Well, it's the people that make GCU. I mean, we're huge Marvel nerds, so if there's any Marvel nerds, Thor Ragnarok, they say Asgard's not a place, it's a people. That's really what GCU is.
Exactly.
Final question here as we're about to send you another video. But when you think of your campus tour from both perspectives, you've given to it, so you've seen these shy seniors and juniors that and their parents that are coming in and they're like, I don't have any questions, when in reality they have 100 questions in their mind. But you've also been on the other side where you've come and received a tour from a tour guide. What's some advice and tips you'd give on a student that's coming to tour GCU?
I think I would say, honestly, because I'm definitely the type of person that's like, I'm not going to ask any questions, even though you have so many. I think just really taking that first jump and just asking the questions, because I can speak for all the tour guides. We want to answer those questions. We want to get to know you. We want that hour and a half that we get with you for a tour to be like really memorable and make you want to come here. So even if it seems scary, we're not going to like scare you off at all. We really just want to hang out with you. So feel free to ask those questions. Come on a tour, come on a Discover tour, do all of that. It's awesome.
And obviously the goal of coming here, right, is to graduate. And like I mentioned in the beginning, Cameron's a 2021 graduate, so congratulations. And I was a 2020 graduate. It seems weird. That seems like 5 years ago, but it was only a year ago. And thankfully, due to GCU, is because of the people we have here, our admission, our staff, our higher-ups, they wanted to make sure the 2020 graduates felt special, because we want every student that comes here to feel special. So we have a video recapping the 2020 graduation, so check it out.
I came back a year later because I truly felt like it was time to close this chapter. I'm thankful that I was able to do that.
For this guy right here. This is exactly why I came back. I felt like I didn't complete it all, you know what I mean? Like you start something off but you didn't get to wear my cap and gown night, so I felt like I had to come back, you know, finish it all up.
I felt like it was a good way to kind of reconnect with all the people we graduated with and say goodbye. Yeah, especially since some people are out of state, we wouldn't get to see them otherwise.
Yeah, so I came back to kind of just be able to see friends, and so it's a good kind of closure to hang out, you know, say goodbye to them.
Last year in March, I was very disappointed that I wasn't able to walk. It's crazy to look back and be like, okay, this was for a reason that we didn't at that time, and I'm just thankful that we get to be here today.
I think I was more disappointed of not coming back to GCU for like the end of the year classes, just because I didn't get to say goodbye to everyone because I left the spring break early, and then found out that we were not coming back while I was on spring break.
Very disappointed, very disappointed. I was excited, I had my outfit ready. This outfit's been ready for a long time. Today I get to wear it, so I'm pretty happy about that.
Yeah, I was pretty sad not to graduate and walk last year. It didn't really feel like the door was closed, so it was nice to finally have like the excitement and the closure of finishing out your degree.
My life changed a lot this past year. So first with COVID, I feel like it impacted everybody's life, but just trying to keep moving forward and try to finish up, graduated, so now looking for a job, trying to start working, trying to get all that stuff going on, get life figured out.
There's been a lot of like activities and transitions within the last year, from like jobs and just applying and trying to have a positive foot forward. It's changed enough for me to have an open mind about what's next.
For me, I've started working full-time doing engineering after graduating engineering, and then I've also started playing independent baseball, which I haven't played since high school.
My life has changed quite a bit. I'm originally from Minnesota, so I'm now living here permanently. I got a full-time job with GCU as an admissions counselor, which I really enjoy.
A lot of things in life have changed, you know, just from moving off campus and trying to figure out how to adapt to the new world, you know, and find a job and all these things. But besides that, just friends, family, and just location.
Well, we're back a little bit earlier. Unfortunately, having some technical difficulties. If we're able to get back to Sam at Lopesway, we'll get the call. But for right now, we'll talk about Lopesway.
Cool.
So what we're going to show you was our famous Lopesway, which is where Chick-fil-A is. It's pretty much all you need to know. It's where Chick-fil-A is. But it really is where the community is built. So Lopesway, so many different things to talk about. I mean, housing, food. We're actually going to send it back out. Oh, well, never mind.
Hey,
we're going to time out.
save it for later.
We're going to save it. You know, what's best way to come, right? We're going to send it back out to Sam and Lopesway. We're good to go.
Hi guys, my name is Sam Oliva. I am a senior here at GCU. Wow, time really flies. But I'm going to kind of take you around on what it's like to be a student here on campus. Maddie kind of showed you guys what it's like to get started here, and I'm going to show you what it's like to be here. So we're actually going to walk down this way. Right now we are on our Lopesway. So over here behind me, you can see we do have a lot of different eateries. So we have Panda Express, Auntie Anne, Canyon Crepes. We have,
especially with that Canyon Activities Board team, they through some amazing events that just helped students follow guidelines to COVID, stay safe, but also connect and build relationships, especially for students that were coming out of state, students that already were living here, helping students just get connected to one another through really fun events and just connecting them to each other relationally, spiritually, emotionally. GCU is the greatest at that. My experience has been so amazing so far. I'm really excited to get into this next coming year in the fall. Sophomore year is going to be awesome. And I just want to thank GCU for all it's done so far, and I can't wait to see what's to come.
Thank you, Angelina. Look at that, the arena, talking up all the events, how we made the year special. How nice was that?
I know.
She was talking about Canyon Activities Board there, which is what we were a part of. We do got to give a shout out, though, to our sister organization, ASGCU, our student government. They do a great job as well, from our student body president, vice president, doing events like Midnight Breakfast, giving out free food for our students. We are pretty blessed with some great organizations here. I mean, ASGCU, CAB, intramurals, clubs, our Engage team, multicultural office, outdoor rec. I mean, it's our RAs, our life leaders, our outreach programs. I mean, I can talk for a whole live on just that. But as we close out here, tell me, you just graduated. It's a week old, but you grew so much, and you know how proud I am of you for all your growth you've done. Don't cry on me now. But it's because of the community we have here and just your involvement. So, and that arena played such a role in your growth too, because that you were the director of our special events team and the assistant director the year before that. Just how amazing was your experience on the cab and just doing those things?
Honestly, it was so much more impactful than I was expecting it to be. I kind of joined in knowing I was going to make an impact, but I was kind of like, oh, I'll get involved so I'm not in my dorm room all the time. And it literally became like everything I did every day. I was hanging out in the office if I wasn't working in the office. We were planning events, especially on special events. We work for like a month and a half practically on a lot of these events. So the arena specifically, like just putting on events in there, like what a crazy opportunity that students get to just kind of like run the show in an arena. Like literally, it was pretty awesome. It seats like 8,000 people in there, I think. So
7,200, but we get to 8,000 but we get to 8,000 with standing room.
There we
which
go.
happens for some of our events like lip sync and amazing events like that.
So it was honestly like when I look back and like in a couple of years, I'm gonna be like, how the heck did I do that like every day?
Well, it's funny because we have such great friends, and then GCU, we love our time at GCU, but then a year or two goes by and we're like, dang, GCU, I don't like you. You made my experience, my life just went downhill because of how amazing my college career was. But we also want you to know that when you come here, GCU's main focus is on, we want you to thrive here and shine here, but this is just a stepping stone to a better life, because we want you to thrive as adults and thrive professionally. So we're going to wrap up with this. You're just graduated. You're going into post-grad life. What's some advice you'd give to a freshman on how to take advantage of their GCU experience?
Dang, okay. This might sound also like a broken record again, but I think the biggest thing that I learned, my mom told me this when I was going into college, was whatever you put into it is what you're going to get out of it. So like if you are scared to go branch out, maybe it's literally just walking from your dorm to Chick-fil-A and back, like just do it. And like anytime, or if you're going to an event, like all you have to do is make a little bit of effort on your end, and we're going to give you a lot back. So it sounds really scary, but especially once you find your community here, you get a group of friends, there's pretty much nothing you can't do. So
seriously. I mean, who doesn't like eating Chick-fil-A in 80-degree weather half
Come
the time,
on.
right? Well, guys, this is Cameron Miller, great friend of mine. You were amazing here.
Thanks.
We talk about Discover trips. Please come down to campus. We have amazing Discover trips.
Oh,
If you
yeah.
haven't applied yet, gcu.apply.edu. It's an amazing place to come visit, and it's really a place to find your purpose. So you already know.
Come
This is
on.
Cameron. I'm Caleb Dwart. We'll see you guys next time, and Lopes up.
Yeah.